So what a great line that he plays on his first chorus on the original recording. We're actually going to go to the piano to look more closely at what's happening here. Okay, so let's look at that section on the piano just so we can see, because he does the third voicing is really has something that's impossible to play on the guitar, and probably why a lot of people diagnose that chord wrong, because it's really fat. There's a lot going on in that third chord. So the first one's pretty simple. Let's just do a sus chord, which in this case is a D flat major 7. I happen to be doing an inversion, so 5 in relationship to D flat, 5, 7, root, third, right? So that's over the E flat pedal. And then he says, and then he goes, now this chord, that's that voicing, right? Which, you know, me being a little harmonic major centric and using that a lot in my music, as soon as I hear that, I would love to dig into some harmonic major over that E flat harmonic major. He goes above the harmony and he starts to think of it as E flat pedal with a B flat 7 flat 9 on top of it. That's the way he's thinking of this. Or a B diminished scale against the E flat, which of course the E flat doesn't occur in a B diminished scale, right? B, C sharp, and of course B diminished is the same thing as B flat half whole diminished. So I'm talking about the same thing, right? But again, those notes, they're against the E flat, but it sounds cool. You know, the way he does it especially is he uses these patterns, diminished patterns against it. Basically, let's assume that the bass line is still holding out, the E flat drone, the melody is happening, and then Herbie does this kind of cool thing. He goes, and he does that multiple times in the take that they use. It just kind of goes up. Now the only note I'm not sure about is the B flat, but it doesn't matter because the melody's holding that out, so he knows that's there. Might be this, but I think the B flat might be in there. Either way, for our purposes, it's the same thing. So when I hear that, it's probably A flat harmonic major over a 5 pedal, right? In this case. So all these sounds that we have in there, we've got the 5th on the bottom, we've got the flat 6 in the key of A flat, right? The major 7. The root, the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 5th, right? And as I hear that, to me, the D flat sounds more like what would be the sound if I was going to start blowing on that, right? As opposed to, like we're probably going to talk about later, or maybe we're talking about it right now, the augmented scale, although it can sound interesting on that kind of mystery chord there, you know, very symmetrical, but it doesn't really fit what he's doing. You know, that would be, in a way, I would call that, you know, stepping out a little bit, but with the symmetrical way, so it could work, but not over that voicing particularly. If you thinned out the voicing, it could work, you know, if you just played something like without the B flat, right? Like if you play that sound, you know, it could work there, right? And then to the G7. What a cool resolution.